Question.
Answer.
Why do you think... So you said you're setting expectations from the beginning, right? And you're saying, hey, this is the way it's going to be. And if you can't handle it that way, then maybe you shouldn't do this.
Yeah, maybe we're not the best partnership here.
Yeah. So why do you think people don't do that?
They probably don't know. They probably have a level of expectation themselves that this person is going to be good, that this person is a good client because yeah, that's right. And I've heard this saying, it's don't be upset at a lion for eating you just because you didn't eat it.
Don't be upset
at a lion for eating you just because you didn't eat it.
Oh, so like I didn't eat you, why'd you eat me?
That's right.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's in the lion's nature to eat you. Okay, it's in their nature. It's in a client's nature to protect their money, to protect their beliefs, to protect their values. Okay, so if you're in the cage with a lion, put up a fucking fence. You can still look at the lion, admire the lion, pat it maybe, but it's behind a fucking fence. It's not going to eat you. Or fucking kill the lion and eat it.
Yeah.
So where are we going with that?
You were talking about assuming.
Yes, that's right. So a lot of the time we'll assume that because this person wants to do business with me, everything's happy at the start. Like everyone's happy at the start of signing a contract or doing a deal or engaging you.
Yep.
Everyone. And it's not until later that the cracks start to show.
Yep.
So by removing that assumption, it's really going to help you have a positive relationship with your client.
Yeah, I agree. One of the things we say in one of our businesses is assume nothing. Don't assume the client likes these colors. Did you check with them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't assume. We assume nothing. Yeah. Nothing.
Knowing is good. Checking is better.
Yeah. Or there's an ancient Arab saying, like, trust in God, but tie up your camels.
Yeah. It's in the Bible, isn't it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's so true.
Someone said it to me. I can't remember who.
Trust in God.
An Egyptian thing or something.
Yeah, if you just sit there going, God, please look after my camels tonight.
Yeah, God, please make sure the camels don't run away. No, trust in God, but tie up the camels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's have faith, have belief, but
check.
Don't assume.
That's it.
All right, so assume nothing. That's one. So they assume. What about the people who do know, right? There's going to be people who listen to this who now know that they need to be setting expectations of their clients, but I can guarantee, I'm going to start saying this at events, and it's going to be this. Knowledge is one thing, right? But knowledge acquisition is one thing. Knowledge without the action is...
It's useless.
You get the same result as someone who didn't know.
Yeah.
Right? You get the exact same result. So, and we know for a fact that people who learn stuff don't necessarily implement it. Matter of fact, very few implement.
I've seen it in massive droves. We've been part of some business communities where we'll go and do the exact same training.
Yeah.
And when I get out of that training, I've gone and achieved heaps with it. And then you see other people that have done the training and done absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
They felt good in the moment doing that training.
It was very hype.
Yeah. Might have done something that next week, but then done absolutely nothing following.
Yeah. So there's going to be, what I was going to say at the training was something along the lines of this. I haven't worked out exactly what it's going to be like, but it's going to be something along these lines. It's going to be, I've done this a lot, and I know that most of you now know how to do what I've just taught you. I also know that maybe 1 to 2% of the room will be. So you decide on who you want to be. Do you want to be the 98% who learned something today and take no action with it? Or are you going to be that 1 or 2%? It's up to you at the end of the day. You need to take
decision's yours.
Yeah.
Decision's yours. Can't force you to buy.
And we know
but I can force you to make a decision.
100%. And we know that a large portion of people don't take action. So for the people who've heard this now, they know that they need to be setting expectations at the start. And we know that there's going to be a percentage, I believe a bigger portion, that won't. Why?
Comfort. It's easier not to. Difficult conversations, but also more work. I'm so fucking busy, I have no time to write that policy up.
Comfort. What was the middle one?
Man,
difficult conversations.
Ask me to remember.
Difficult conversations and more work.
Yeah,
that's really good points.
Yeah.
I'll add one to it as well. Lack of options.
How?
in the sense of, I need this job.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Without a
sense of,
doubt.
I
because-
need this work.
right.
And if I turn around now and say, hey, maybe you shouldn't sign with me if we're not going to, and then they leave,
You're fucked.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. So your problem isn't necessarily the bad client. Your problem is you don't have enough work.
What I'm saying.
Yeah. So you often do that. And you've got to be mindful of that in business. You've got to be ready to weather the storm.
You need to be in a position where if you ask yourself this question: if I had 1,000 more people to pick from, would I be working with this person?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I shared this on the podcast, but I told you about it. I locked myself out of my apartment. Did I share this on
Yeah, you did.
I
Yeah.
did.
You lost your mind.
Got stung $580 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And convinced myself that it was my fault because I'm not making enough money. And if I was making more money, like if I was making $1 million a day, I would have kicked him out and said, yeah, cool, here's 580, here's another 580, don't talk to me again.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't get out.
Do you know what we would have done?
And then bought his
we
company.
joke about this. Bought his company. It's
And
like,
fired him.
but it's also, it's like if you locked your keys in your apartment, just go buy another apartment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fuck it. The key stays in there forever.
I bought a locksmith business. Why? I just locked my keys in my apartment.
Do it all the time. So just
Yeah.
put a locksmith business. You're 100% right. You don't have a problem. You don't have a client problem. You have a problem that you don't have enough clients.
Yeah, it's like how
Grant
can
Cardone says that too. It's like, that's what your problem is. You're just not making enough money because you think about all of your problems that you have in business. And I had a client years ago say this. If a problem can be solved with money, it's not a problem. It's an expense. So think about everything in your life right now. If you can solve that problem with money, if it goes away and it doesn't occupy space in your brain just by spending a bit of money, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's just an expense.
your problem is you don't have enough money.
That's the problem.
That's the problem, yeah.
And, I've had people say to me, oh, well, it must be nice for you, 8-figure business, you're doing so well, it's easy for you to, because I'd love to be in a position where I could pick and choose my own clients. Well, you can.
But do
You
the
can
work.
do that from day one. Yeah, you just got to do the work. You think this shit was easy?
Yeah.
You think I just woke up in the morning and it just went, yep, cool, I've got amazing clients. I had to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not fucking shitting with you now. Hundreds of thousands of dollars to be in this position.
Yeah, also, most people don't start off there.
Absolutely.
build to it.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? You build to it.
Generally, when you start a business, you get some really good clients.
Initially.
Initially. I think you will surround yourself with some good clients. All my projects when I first started had really good clients.
Or were you in a different mindset?
No, I don't think so. No, look
I
at the
want
people
this.
I was working with.
I'm not paying for that variation. Okay.
No. There was still those conversations, but the majority, I don't mind that. All right. Where some people, I'm a very logical person. I say, just kill me with logic. If you don't think you need to pay for this, why? Well, on the drawings here, it shows that detail. Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I'll wear it. Cop it on the chin. I'll remember to pick that up next time.
Yeah.
However, if it's not on the drawings, it's never been a conversation. It's been an assumption. It's this. It's not talking. Well, mate, you got to pay for it. I haven't allowed for that. There's anywhere that you have ever told me, emailed me, put it in the drawings, nothing. So you got to pay for it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm a logical person in that regard, and I just move on very quickly. I don't dwell. Like if I've got something that's cost me $10,000, like once I remember, I had to polish some concrete floors, and I missed a whole living room on my takeoffs. Look, that cost me $7,000. Okay.
Because you fucked up.
I fucked up. Still had to get it done. It was on the
Yeah.
drawings. I still had to do it, but I didn't lose sleep over it. I haven't thought about it once since that time, except for this moment right now. But it's context. There we go. I've given someone a listen. You're going to cop shit like that all the time.
Yeah. Bad clients will mess with you, man.
Yeah.
Not only will they cost you money, but they'll cost you time, energy. They'll drain you. They'll make
Yep.
you hate your job.
Yep. Without a
They'll
doubt,
hate your
they will.
business.
I've been there. I've hated my business. I've hated doing that, and even getting up in the morning and dealing with their shit every day.
Yeah.
I've been in that space before, and I vowed never to be in it again.
Yeah.
And it's one of the core drivers as to why I even started Builder Elite, because I knew how many people were going through that, and I hear so many stories, so many people reaching out to me saying, "I've got this client, I've got this issue, I've got this." My mentees, and now I vowed to not only help myself in that space, but help others. And go, this is how you can combat that. This is how you can get those good quality clients. And it might mean that you might have a really bad client now. And people say, I've got a bad client now, what do I do? Well, depending what scale they're at. If they're a reasonable person, have a conversation. Call them up and say, listen, I feel that we're clashing a little bit. I just want to clear the air and give you some comfort and ease that we're going to finish this job to the standard documented, and also do our utmost to get you in this home or finish this project.
Yeah.
Right, have that open and honest conversation. It's not me versus you. It's not you versus me. It's us together getting this job done.
That's
This
a
is
skill.
it is.
Yeah, that's
Having a high level of understanding.
You need to. If you've never done that before, that's a very uncomfortable conversation to do for the first time.
It is. But once you do it,
Once you do it enough times,
yeah. But I think even if you do start getting into it, most people, I'm coming back to construction. You're generally dealing with people all the time. You need to be a good communicator in construction because you've got so many elements.
you're a good communicator in life. Dude.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you-
Well, in any business, really, you're generally going to be communicating with multiple stakeholders all the time.
Well, communication is everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything. You can't order food without communicating.
Can't do a podcast. without
You could
communicating.
not do a podcast without communicating. We should do a silent podcast. It's
Our most viral episode.
it's
Even then, it'll be fucking sick.
100%. Teach you something still.
Where were we with that? Just doing sick shit. You're going to have clients. You're going to have clients that are bad now that you need to handle. So there's going to be a way. You either have that conversation with them and say, well,
And so-
let's get back on the same page because someone we're clashing, and I don't want to finish the job like this. Right? I understand your point of view. You understand mine. Let's meet in the middle. Let's get this thing done and move on amicably.
And
Most of the time, people, as a whole, I think people are generally good. Do you?
Oh,
agree with
yeah,
that?
100%.
I think so too. There's very few assholes in this world, like just genuine assholes.
even assholes. Yeah, like listen to me. Let me finish. Let me give you some context,
Please.
So even the people who are bad, like when you understand human psychology, like I'm not sitting here claiming that I'm some psychologist, whatever, but just understand human behavior for what it is. And if you've got a bad, like, what is it that's bad about a person? Like, what is it? Can you remove it from them? Can you cut it out? Like, what is it? What's the bad part? Are humans born bad? Do you think some people are born bad? Like, what is it? Do you know what I mean? It's usually an experience they've had
Yeah.
that has led them to be acting or have a behavior that you're not complying with or agreeing with, right? And when you understand it to that level, it takes away, you no longer take it personally. Like, this person is being a dick. Well, why?
Yeah.
Like, why is he doing this thing? Have they been burnt by someone else in the past?
Yeah.
Have they? And I'm not saying it doesn't make it okay for them to be doing it. I want to be super clear about that. But what it does is it allows you to handle it better. You can go in with less, because then what happens when someone pushes? It's resistance, right? Someone pushes up against you. What do? We push back straight away. If you understand that what they are doing, they're probably not even aware. Like, hey, I've read this thing. I love this podcast. I read this thing the other day and it said, you know that person that you hate that you think's an absolute dick? They most likely think they're a good person.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And I was like,
in their world,
yeah, the person that you hate, that you think is the worst person in the world, they, in their own mind, they most likely think they're a good person.
yeah,
And then it's like, okay. That person who's a bad client, who's shitting up the wall, who's being rude, who's being a dick, whatever it might be, an asshole, probably thinks they're a good person.
Yeah.
And they're probably acting that way for particular reasons. And if you understand that, you can't cut the bad out of a person.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a
it's not
high
like chop
level
their
of
arm off.
understanding.
Chop their arm off and now they're good all of a sudden. It was just a bad arm.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? You can't do that. It's a behavior they're doing because they've learned something.
yep,
And yeah, so I believe there's no bad people. That's the truth. I believe there's bad behaviors. You were saying, is the whole world good, or is people good in whole?
Yeah.
I reckon everyone's naturally. You get a
think it's
baby.
naturally-
Baby's pretty happy. They cry a bit. I don't know. I haven't had a kid, but like, all in all,
Yeah.
a baby is a loving. you know what I mean?
Absolutely it is.
And then things happen to the baby throughout its life, and then it picks up those bad behaviors.
absolutely.
Yes, a baby
All
doesn't come
beliefs.
out. Yeah, baby doesn't come out doing bad things,
Being racist.
being racist or smoking crack,
It's taught that.
Or-
Yeah, exactly.
with a ciggy in its mouth.
That's right.
It's taught those things. It's like fears. We're taught fears.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So with the bad clients again that you might be experiencing, that's probably one of the moves you need to do. The other one is,
Well, what happens if you have that conversation and it's not going?
but it's still
the way
no
you
good.
want? Yeah. What do you do then?
Then you need to make the decision as to where it goes from there. Okay, so
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.